Hello, seedlings. I'm Grampy. Buckby and I were just settling down for another story from the storybook bench. This one's called The Dog and the Bone, and it's one of Aesop's fables. Buckby, shall we get ready? Slowly breathe out. Slowly breathe in. Repeat. Relax. And I will begin. One day, a very tired, hungry dog passed by a butcher's shop. The dog did this on most days, and on most days the dog looked in, longing to get to the butcher's scrap bin where all the offcuts of meat and bones were deposited. Unfortunately, on most days, the butcher was there to shoo the dog away. But this was not most days. On this day, the butcher, for some reason that no one quite knew, was not there. The dog, not quite believing its good fortune, seized the opportunity and dashed to the bin to grab the biggest bone it could fit into its mouth. The dog then scarpered, running as fast as it could, only slowing down when it felt it was beyond the reach of the butcher. Well, after using up so much energy fleeing, the dog, eager to get back home and feed upon the large juicy bone and satisfy its own hunger, decided to take a shortcut. Now, the shortcut involved crossing a bridge, and as it did so, the dog looked down and saw another dog looking back at it, and in its mouth was an even bigger bone. Now, all the dog had needed to do was to cross the bridge, get back home, and enjoy the good fortune that had come its way. But the dog no longer felt that the bone from the scrap bin was enough. It wanted that even bigger bone. And with that thought, the dog lunged towards the other dog, dropping its bone in readiness to wrestle the bigger bone from the jaws of the other dog. Well, what happened next was not the expected dogfight, but a loud splash. And this was because all the dog had seen was its own reflection in the water. And the reflected dog with its reflected bone were now gone, and what was left was a very wet and miserable dog with no bone, because that was now at the bottom of the river, well out of reach. And it's true what people say. If you're greedy, you may end up with nothing. Thank you for joining us. Until we meet again, be patient, be kind, and take good care of yourselves. Cheerio.